Hey guys, today we're going to be installing the locked up RC effing indestructible heavy locker in the front end of my SCX10 Dingo. It has the SSD D60 axle housings with the narrow XR mod, and we're going to see if we can't get that stock Axial locker out of there and install this beauty. Whenever it comes in the package, it comes with the 4 bolts that you need and a little collar. That little collar slides into here just for a nice snug fit on the axle shaft. First, we're going to start with removing the wheels and go ahead and get those out of our way. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the links. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the C-hubs. Now that we got the knuckles and the axle shafts removed, now we get to play with the fun little scale bolts and remove them from the diff cover. I didn't have anything when I first started the hobby to remove scale bolts, and so far this has done me no wrong. I took a bolt and glued it in the piece of aluminum tubing. Put me a little bit of duct tape on the back side. Perfect fit for your scale bolts. Now that we've got the diff cover removed, we're going to go ahead and remove the bearing caps off the differential. Now that the bolts are out of the bearing caps, you can remove both bearing caps. I try to keep them the way they were. Some people say that doesn't matter. I know in real trucks it does, so I've always just stuck with it. It's a good practice. All right, and now we can remove the locker and the gear. Okay, so now that we got the differential out, we'll go ahead and use a small screwdriver, pull the bearing off. All right, now we got both bearings off. Now remove the 4 bolts out of the center of your gear. Now we got all 4 bolts out, we can remove the gear right off of the locker. Now that we got this out of here, we're going to see what the difference is in weight between the two. Okay, so first we're going to do the axial one. Coming in at a whopping 17 grams. And we'll go ahead and put the locked up RC FI heavy, 49 grams. I think that's going to add a little bit to the front end of this rig. So now we're going to go ahead and dump the bag of bolts and the little collar out. We'll take the little collar and install it here into the locker. Now that we got that taken care of, we'll go ahead and put the ring gear on here, and we'll use the 4 supplied bolts once we get the holes nice and lined up, and put some Loctite on them. We'll get that taken care of. Now that we got all the bolts tight, we'll go ahead and put our bearings on, and then we'll place it into the housing. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put the bearing caps back on. All right, now that we got the center chunk put back in the housing, it's time to put our axles and knuckles back in and get these bolted down. Now that we've got the axle shafts and knuckles installed, it's time to go ahead and install our steering linkages. Now that we've got the linkage is all done, the diff cover back on and the tires back on, we're done with our install. It's a very easy install. Everything went together nice and buttery smooth. No issues with that at all. I was going to give you guys a run video, but unfortunately, while I was tightening my bolts down for the knuckles, I broke off a bolt in the C-hub. So that ought to be interesting to drill and tap. I want to say thank you to Locked Up RC. You guys make good products, and you have the greatest customer service. I've enjoyed working with you guys and hope to work with you guys more soon. I'll have a running video out before too long with this guy back on the rocks. Have a great one, guys.
If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Not sure if you want to subscribe yet? Check out one of these videos. Thank you for watching.